Ever thought about how folks got around before Google Maps or even paper maps? It's wild. Let's explore 5 cool ways people traveled using just nature. First up, they used the moon as a guide. That's right. The moon wasn't just for romantic evenings. It was a practical tool. Travelers could use its position and even its phase to judge direction and tell time at night. By observing the angle of the moonlight and the shadows it cast, ancient sailors and desert nomads could navigate their way even when clouds covered the stars. It was a celestial clock and compass all in one. Next, let's talk about vegetation clues. Plants were like nature's very own signposts. For example, experienced travelers knew that moss often grows on the north side of trees in the northern hemisphere, where it's shadier and moister. Certain types of grasses might indicate a valley or a nearby water source. By reading these subtle green cues, they could orient themselves and find resources while crossing unfamiliar landscapes. It's like the forest was speaking to them, and they knew how to listen. Mountain passes and snow lines were also critical. For anyone journeying through high altitudes, understanding the seasonal patterns of the mountains was a matter of life and death. They learned to recognize which passes would melt first in the spring, where the snow line typically rested, and which ridges were stable enough to cross. This knowledge was a natural GPS for alpine journeys, passed down through generations to ensure safe passage. Another key method was using rivers as highways. Rivers weren't just obstacles to cross, they were the main arteries of travel and trade. Following a river downstream almost always led to a settlement, a food source, or a larger community. For ancient people, waterways were reliable and predictable paths through dense forests and vast plains, connecting distant lands and cultures long before roads ever did. Finally, they used smoke signals. Long before we had radios or even letters, smoke was a powerful messenger. Distant tribes or groups would light fires, creating plumes of smoke that could be seen for miles. These signals could warn of danger, guide a lost traveler, or simply communicate across valleys. A lone wanderer could follow these signals to find a friendly village, a safe camp, or an arranged meeting point. It was the original long-distance communication network. Next time your GPS acts up, think about how our ancestors navigated the world like pros, reading nature's signs. If you enjoyed this trip back in time, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more cool stories. Catch you in the next video.